The year is 2041, the world of the future, in which crime has increased a lot. And the reason is the increasing differences between people. If someone has nothing to eat, some people are living an enormous high-tech life. To end these differences, some rebels, bad people, rich people, who are also innocent, still started killing them. Seeing the death of more than half of the innocent people, the US government started using the so-called restore technology for people who died by unnatural deaths, with the help of which the dead innocent people can be brought back to life. But there is also a problem here, because it is difficult to restore the memories of people who have died and come back to life. So today, everyone wears a special device, because of which all the memories of a person are saved in that device. And it is necessary to activate this device every 48 hours. Anyway, the scene is cut, and we see a police officer named Emma. She was standing outside a building, scanning the building because she was sure that someone was inside. Whoever was inside. He had covered the walls of a room, because of which all Emma's scanners were being blocked. Hannah tells about these block scanners at the police station, so she gets the answer that the police did not know anything about this before. During these talks, Emma suddenly heard the sound of a gun being pulled, which clearly meant that a criminal had killed a person inside the building. To save that person, she immediately runs inside the building, although her team was also warning her not to go inside. But Emma enters a room without anyone's notice. This was the same room whose scanners were blocked with a sheet, and the rebel, that is, the one who killed them all, was trying to escape from here. Emma and the rebel both knew that there was no way to escape from the outside. This person will kill himself. Before dying, Emma asks him where his restore point is. He tells her that he did not restore his memory in any device. As soon as he said this, he jumped off the floor and died. And Emma kept looking at his body from behind. Anyway, she came to her house in this scene. She was playing the piano. Then her husband came and told her that he had already recorded the whole concert. Emma was just talking to him. Suddenly, he disappears into the fire. And so we know that Emma's husband was just a hologram. Actually, Emma's husband had died a long time ago, and whenever she remembered her husband, she used to light this hologram. Now she had to go to work, so she puts a restore device in her ear and leaves. Her memories were being recorded on this device. When Emma was going to work, she found out from the news and the video that there is a gang named River of Life behind all the people who are being murdered. They are against artificially bringing people back to life. That is the restore point. She now goes to her office, where she was scolded a lot by her boss because she did not follow the team's orders, because of which a big criminal slipped out of her hands. When Emma says, "Even if I had listened to you, it would have been of no use, because before that man died, along with the restoration device of all those dying people, he had already destroyed his restoration device. Even if he had been caught, the memories of the dying people would not have been brought back." But at this time, his boss thought that Emma was lying to him. He deliberately left that man so that the whole case would be in his hands. And so, he found River of Life himself and taught him a lesson, because there was also a personal reason behind this. She wanted to take revenge for her husband's death from the River of Life gang, who had killed her husband. That's why they remove Emma from this case and give her a new case. This was also a murder case of a couple. Emma was shocked to see that couple, because the man in it was the inventor of their restoration device. That is, the one who had made that device to store people's memories. But who could have killed his wife? He starts an investigation here, and instead of this murder case, he gets a necklace that he picks up. After this, when he inspected the dead bodies, he felt that the cuts on the man's body were very strange. Maybe his wife killed him. Maybe she hates him. What was even more shocking was that the one who had made the restoration device himself did not have much data in his restoration device. To get the rest of the information, Emma goes to the restoration point, where people were revived and their memories were given back to them. The CEO here tells Emma that our department will help you in this case in every way. After saying this, he sends Emma with his assistant, who makes Emma visit this entire institute. Emma also sees here how her team was successful in bringing a dead child back to life. While there was also a parent here who was crying a lot, Emma's assistant tells her that her daughter did not restore her memories again and again. Because of this, it was difficult for her to bring her daughter back to life. Anyway, Emma now asks the assistant, "Look, they made this whole program. Then how can it be that they don't have restoration data?" The answer, the assistant says, "Yes, they also had data, but then someone hacked our system, and their data was deleted. Not only them, but also many other people with them, even mine. That's why I'm afraid to die now. As far as David's wife is concerned, she had no interest in this technology. That's why she hadn't stored her data for months. After telling all this, she requests Emma that this is the secret of our institute. Please don't tell them outside. After which she leaves him in the data room and goes away. While checking the data, Emma learns about a man named Victor, who had a link with David and his family. Not only this, he also had a link with a gang named River of Life. But the police left him because they didn't have any special evidence. It was possible that he was involved in this case. Emma comes home with all his data, and after doing a little more research, she finds out that the necklace she got from the murder site was also of this man named Victor. This was a solid proof. She gives this news to her police station and leaves here to catch Victor. She had just reached the parking lot when she saw this. She was surprised to see that someone was already waiting for her here. It was not anyone else. It was scientist David, the murder case she was solving. Actually, someone had restored David's sleep. This sleep was revived again. Emma was not aware of this. That's why Emma was shocked. She tells him to take him to the police station so that he can record his statement. In response, David says, "No, I don't want to get involved with the police. I just need your help, Emma. I need something very important from my house." Emma says, "Why did you come to me for help?" In response, David says, "Because you are trustworthy. Your department does not want to solve my murder case because this can put their privatization plan at risk. According to the plan, all the rich people lived a very good life, but the poor people were kept away from such a life." Emma was not part of this plan. This was the reason that Emma did not know that David was going to be restored. However, his own department had done this. Emma is now ready to help him. When these people were on the way, David tells Emma that his memory is almost gone. "I only have the data of the last 6 months. And if he has to restore his old memories, his life will also be at risk. That's why he's in danger of dying soon." Anyway, now Emma reaches Victor's house. She had a suspicion that a man named Victor had murdered David and his wife. Before going inside the house, she locks David in her car. Before Emma goes inside, David gets a message in the car in which the police officers were telling Emma not to go inside the house. There's a killer there. Emma's going alone can put Emma's life in danger. To save Emma, David wanted to get out. For this, he finds the car's emergency locks and opens it. Then he goes inside Victor's house, where he secretly saw that Emma had pointed a gun at Victor, because of which Victor surrendered immediately. At this time, Victor also had a strange device in his hand. He tells Emma that if nothing bad happens to me, then I promise that I will answer every question honestly. He says that David's wife was very scared of dying and the restoring process after death. David got angry as soon as he heard this. He picked up Victor's gun and came here to kill Victor. Seeing him alive, Victor was as if he was flying. He started talking quickly and said that I wanted to save David's wife. But by the time I got there, David had already killed his wife. As soon as he says this, he attacks David again, which Emma tries to stop. So all three of them fall down. Victor runs away from there. Emma follows him and runs into the jungle, but he gets out of Emma's hands. Emma tries to stop him, but there is no use. He had gone far away. At this time, Emma's legs slipped, and she fell into a puddle. Before she got stuck and died, David came here to save her. Outside Victor's house, the whole police force had come to catch David. After saving Emma, David says to her, "I will meet you behind this road." He ran away from there. The other police officer who had come here saw both the doors of Emma's car open. He found all this strange before he sat down to investigate. Emma comes in front of him. In good health, she sends the police officers with the signal that everything is okay. After that, as promised, she met David again. At this time, David had the same device that we had seen in Victor's hand. About this device, David says that this is my device that Victor had stolen before. This device is the access key to our program. We had made 3 duplicates of it. One always stayed with me. The second was with the CEO of Restore Point. The third was always kept in the locker. With these 3 keys, it can be accessed very easily to the Restore Point program. And with my key, Victor accessed this program and put a virus in it. Because of this, a lot of people's backups were freezed. After hearing all this, David says to Emma that your wife had been in contact with Victor for a long time. If Victor was with the rebels, then it is also possible that your wife was also also with the rebels, because for the past few months, they had not stored their data. David says that it is also possible that we should go to our home, but if we tell them that, the second police force will come behind my car in 15 minutes. We will have to do everything in these 15 minutes to search the house. Emma gets a picture that Emma has kept with her, while David checks his home system, that the Restore Point program has been damaged a lot. Many people's memories are being deleted from there, which means that in the coming time, David also gets some injections, some videos, and his wife's backup device, from which his wife had already deleted all her backup. After this, he wanted to open his safe, for which he touches a painting, and it suddenly turns into a computer screen. But the bad thing was that now he did not remember the password to his locker. In the meantime, police vans are heard from outside, and Emma and David are taken to their home, where David gives himself some injections and tells Emma that the side effects of the program that will restore my memory are to drop those side effects. Here, Emma gives David a picture of her wife in which she was with Victor, and Emma tells her that maybe your wife has an affair with him. Although he was sad to see, it was clear that he loved her a lot. Anyway, Emma goes to her police station and tells everyone about the virus that was in the program. And here she got shocking news that her department already knew about this virus. The CEO of her company, her institute, had also brought David back to life, and that too secretly, because David was her old friend. But here, Emma's other partner, the CEO, brought David back to life so that he could fix his program. Emma tells them that we should tell people that their memories are lost, and her partner refuses to do so. Along with that, the CEO and Emma gets angry at both of them, saying that you are putting many people's lives in danger to make your privatization plan successful. As soon as she said this, she injected David's emergency injection. And in the meantime, her co-inspector came to her house. He came to pick up David, and we got to know that he was with the CEO. As soon as she saw him, Emma tells him to hide. And when the inspector asks him about David, Emma says that she doesn't know where he is. Then the inspector starts talking bad about David's wife. As soon as she hears this, she tells him that the police officer was stronger than him, and he somehow got rid of him. He was about to kill David, but Emma tried to save him from behind. In this way, that man left David and caught Emma. Now he was about to kill Emma, but David hit him on the head and injured him. After that, Emma shot him and killed him. Emma had committed a murder, and now she had to run away. David's co-inspector puts Emma on the drive because through that car, he could track Emma's location. Emma sat in another car, which did not have any AI system and could not be tracked, and she took David somewhere far away. Her mission was to somehow go and catch Victor because Victor was hacking and deleting everyone's restore points and thus putting everyone's lives at risk. To find Victor, Emma gives him Victor's picture and finds out his location and takes a phone from these people, which is not tracked. When these people reached the location, they found Victor's relative, who told them that Victor had left this place 2 years ago. He also showed them the newspaper, in which there was a missing report of both of them, and he had also kept the reward to catch them. Seeing this, both of them get worried. Seeing them, Teresia tells them that they can stay at her house, as there is no advanced system, and the police will not be able to trace them here. This is when Teresia finds out that the River of Life group, which used to kill people, does not exist at all. They are just a propagandist. They are killing people in their personal enmity, and those who do not keep their memory back up have only one point of view, and that point of view does not have any benefit, because the people who are alive do not survive for a long time. So why not just accept their natural death? Here, David sees a piano, which he recognizes. He recognizes it very well. When Emma asks him about where he learned it from, David says that he has never touched a piano before, and so it is revealed. And when a person dies and comes back to life and puts his memory back, then he has the ability to do a lot of new things. This program was not told to the general public because people could take the wrong advantage of it. Then Emma goes to her car and turns on her memory backup so that her memory can be stored. But David forbids her to do so and says that if you turn on her memory backup, you will not be able to find Victor. But before going ahead, Emma remembers that the picture she had scanned of Victor was with David's wife, and that picture was taken a few days ago. Clearly, it meant that Teresia had lied, that Victor had left this place 2 years ago. Then Emma turns on her TV, where it was said in the news that the CEO's assistant was permanently killed because she had no data. Emma was shocked to hear this, because this news was now about to leak week in the public, she pulls out a gun from the top of Teresia and goes inside through a door behind her. Behind her, we see that David was coughing, and she takes him to the gunpoint. Inside, Emma, who had already found Victor, had arrested him by taking him to the gunpoint. Before taking him to the police station, Victor still demands that, if you give me a fair trial, I will tell you everything truthfully. Emma still does not listen to him. And then he says that there is no gang named River of Life that is killing people. It is a propaganda spread by the CEO, even though he himself is the CEO, so that other people buy his product with the fear of death. Victor also had evidence that he gave to David's wife. Now they were talking that Teresia took David to the gunpoint and came in front of Emma. She says to Emma that, if you don't let Victor go, I will kill David. As soon as she says this, Emma gets distracted and falls on a road. A car collides with it. The driver fainted, but the car's AI called for an emergency. This means that now Emma, David, Victor will be tracked by the police. Because of this, Emma also turns on Victor's backup device, so that at least they get this data. Whatever she said a while ago, everything was recorded by this device. Quickly, David comes here and puts the device near Victor's mouth and puts a weird fabric on both of them. This was a blocker, because of which their signals could not be traced. As soon as they pick up the clothes, they find out that Victor had died. But the good thing was that they had already backed up all Victor's data. They put Victor's body in their car and leave from here. On the way, they saw that the police were behind them. Here, David advises Emma that we should restore Victor so that everyone knows the wrong reality of the CEO. But all this work was done in the Institute, and the police also met with the Institute. Then David says that we can do this work in the university, where I did research on this program and made it capable of working. In the university, now David and Emma start the restoration process of Victor. While this process was taking place, Emma says to David, do you know that your company is behind all this? Your company is killing people so that the rest of the people can take your devices. In response, David says, oh, it can't be like that. He or you must have misunderstood. Yes, but it is to be believed that our company was more successful after those attacks. Now Emma had a plan to find out the truth. In this plan, she also invites David and also advises her senior to join this plan. But the senior did not like Emma's plan. As soon as her senior's call ends, David gives her a restoration device and tells her to restore her memory before she forgets everything. And I run out of evidence. By the time David was doing all this, Victor had also come back to life. As soon as he comes back to life, this information reaches the Restore Institute that there is some unusual activity going on in the university. They also inform the CEO about this, but the CEO ignores this. Is it possible that there are some students in the university and they are experimenting? After this, Emma starts taking all the information from Victor. Victor tells her that the CEO did not want to kill me because I hacked the system. He wanted to kill me because I stole something from the system. I stole the money he used to send terrorists to kill people. He also had a lot of files, and because of this evidence, the CEO wanted to kill Victor. When Emma asks about those files, he tells her that he has already deleted those files. This clearly means that David had killed his wife. Victor was telling the truth. David had deleted his restoration device so that all this data would be erased and no one would find out the truth. He even killed his wife and killed himself because he knew that the company's CEO would bring him back to life. But because he does not have his wife's data, she will not be able to come back to life. And so his secret will remain a secret. The restoration memory process is a side effect. David had already prepared his injections to reduce those side effects. If he had died without planning, he would not have prepared these injections. This was Victor's saying. Victor also tells him that he did not put the virus in the whole system. After killing his wife, David put more than half the virus in the system himself so that everything seemed natural. And all the blame came to me. David gets angry and attacks Victor, who Emma saves. Now Emma turns on a restoration device, and we know that this restoration device belonged to David's wife, who had been stolen by Victor before Emma went and told all this to her police department. Her colleague inspector comes here, whom Emma had killed, and was brought back to life by the Restore Institute. He snatches Emma's gun and kills her and Victor so that all the evidence is erased, because he himself used to work for David and the CEO. After his death, the CEO goes to David's house, where he came to steal all the evidence and files. All of this was stolen by Victor and given to David's wife. And then David stole it from his wife and kept it in his locker before he could pick up this data, we found out that Emma had turned on her restoration device, despite David's refusal. And because of this, everything that was happening was all stolen. After Emma's death, when they reached the crime scene, they revived her with Emma's restoration device. And with the help of that device, they got all the evidence against David and the CEO. The CEO was jailed, and with his help, they didn't get any evidence that David himself killed his wife. Anyway, we are shown that David had kept his wife's funeral, where Emma comes to him and gives him all the restoration data so that he can see her and realize how he killed his innocent wife. Anyway, in the end, we are told that the restoration point is still going on, which is led by Teresia. And with all this, the movie ends here. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about this movie and what other movies or documentaries you want me to review next. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.